YouTube, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my alphabet build series in The Sims 4 where I build houses in the shapes of different letters of the alphabet. I'm not good at building in The Sims 4, so I make silly builds on purpose. They're not actually supposed to be good, but they are supposed to be functional. Today we are up to the letter N, so with that being said, let's jump into The Sims 4. I'll show you the shell of the build and then we'll get into the speed build. So this is the shape of the letter N house, very clearly is the letter N, and it was super easy to build the shape. I mean, it's just 3 long boxes essentially and some roofs, super easy. So now let's come down and have a look at the floor plan. Oh, straight away, this floor plan is a little bit different to what it ends up being. There we go, now we're looking a little bit more accurate to what the floor plan is. So we end up having the front door in around here, this area here, and this great big room. It's way too big, but we end up having a kitchen up in this little corner here, a little dining nook, and then a whole great big open space of nothing pretty much. We have a back door that comes off around here to a patio area that's in this top angled corner here. This room here is the living room. We've got the TV in here, a couple of other things in here. This is the parents' bedroom. Again, this room is way too freaking big, but it's fine. We've got an ensuite bathroom up here, and then on this side, oh, actually this is completely wrong. There we go. Now it's better because over on this side we've actually got 2 children's bedrooms, one up this end and one down this end, and I was like, that was way too small for that bedroom. This is just a hallway. It just serves its purpose as being a hallway, and then we've got a bathroom that serves each of these bedrooms as well. So that is the floor plan. With that being said, we're gonna get right into the speed build. So you'll be seeing some choices for furniture and wallpaper and all of that I have outside of the house. So the twist that I have on this challenge, I haven't mentioned it yet. When I build these houses in the shapes of different letters of the alphabet, I use only build and buy objects whose titles start with that same letter of the alphabet. For example, for the letter D house, the only toilet that started with the letter D was the Duty Calls Bush toilet. So I hope that gives you kind of the idea of the extra spin on this challenge. It makes me use furniture and walls and stuff that I would never normally use. Another rule I have for this challenge is if you can use carpet, you must use carpet. So there was a carpet that started with the letter N that I had to use in this build. So trying to figure out where I wanted things to be was a big challenge for this one. I had the main layout of all the bedrooms, of all the bathrooms, but the kitchen was a big struggle, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted this great big room to be a kitchen, dining, and lounge, or if I wanted it to just be a kitchen and dining. I ended up just making it a kitchen and dining, and I ended up scooching the kitchen right up into that corner like I mentioned when we were looking at the floor plan. So my initial idea for this build is I wanted it to be a light and bright, beautiful build because I've done a lot of like deep dark builds lately, which I love, don't get me wrong, I love, but I just wanted to make an alphabet build that was a little bit lighter and brighter, and thankfully we had some swatches in windows and in wallpapers that really worked for that. However, we did also have a lot of vampires related stuff, like vampires related furniture, vampires related wallpaper. It was definitely interesting. So we've got some very ornate wallpaper throughout this entire house. A lot of it is vampires related, so at least we had some colorful stuff for the kids' bedrooms though. I always love doing the kids' bedrooms because you can get away with them being a little bit fandangled, a little bit crazy, which is why I put the colored carpet in there, because it's a kid's bedroom. It's supposed to be a little bit fun. That's really the vibe that I was going for. So there really wasn't a lot of main staple furniture that started with the letter N. We had beds and stuff. The Murphy bed that you were seeing in the parents' bedroom, that is their bed because there was no double beds that started with the letter N, and we had 2 options for beds for single beds, so the kids each get a different bed, which was really nice. It felt like it was giving them their own sense of style, which was super nice. But aside from that main staple furniture, there really wasn't a lot, and even when I go back in and do the decorating, which you will see this house fully decorated in a little minute, there really wasn't much. So this house is still very big and empty in a way, but not unbearably so. I still think it looks really nice with all of the decor in, and the landscaping really ties it all together. It was super fun. I actually had some really, really nice options for the landscaping, options that I wasn't expecting, and it all just works for this house. And I know it's kind of hard to think about the end of this house when you're looking at me struggling to furnish this kitchen, and you're like, how is this gonna work in the end result when this is what we're struggling with at the moment? But I promise you, it does all work out. Now, one thing I will mention, the twist for this challenge is using things that start with the letter that I'm building with. There's a couple of things that I feel are essential that do not start with the letter N. So things like counters. There was no kitchen counters that started with the letter N, but in order to make this house functional, you need kitchen counters. You need to be able to have a sim prepare a meal on a kitchen counter. So what I do for that when I don't have an item that is for the letter of the alphabet that we are building with, I go with the next closest to. So the counters in the kitchen, they actually start with the letter S. That was the closest to. So we're going to be using these counters for a few builds of the alphabet build series, but it's totally fine. So that is actually the end of the speed build, and it was a very short speed build because, like I said, the main staple furniture, there really wasn't a lot to begin with. So it's very, very empty, as you were seeing. So with that being said, you didn't see the house fully decorated at all, no landscaping or anything. So let's jump back into The Sims 4 and let's take a look at the letter N house fully decorated. So this is actually the letter N house from the front here. Now we've got a lot of greenery, a lot of big tall trees, a lot of flowers everywhere. I wanted this house to be light and bright and beautiful, and I definitely feel like we get that vibe with all of the flowers. It's really, really nice to look at from the front. With that being said, the lighting in this lot in Newcrest is not good in any time of day. I do apologize. We can't really see the wallpaper super accurately, but this awning, by the way, I'm gonna have to show you this awning because it's so pretty. I love what I did with it. But let's go into the front door, which is this sliding door because it's the most grandiose door that we had. So let's go in and take a look at what you see when you walk through this door. And this is it. Now, I'm a little bit zoomed in, and I feel like I kind of need to be because, like I said, we've got this great big empty room. You're seeing the little dining nook and the kitchen over there. But if I come over here and then I swing back around, it's a great big empty room. This is actually not a dining table. This is a games table. We have a version of this table as a dining table, but that is outside in the backyard. This is the games table where you can play like Don't Wake the Llama and things like that. I just needed something in this space because there is nothing else. Now we are seeing the grandiose wallpaper that is the vampires wallpaper. Like I said, there wasn't very much in the way of decor or anything, so it's still very empty looking. Unfortunately, another thing is we only have this little toaster oven as an oven, so you can't actually cook anything with a stove in this house because there is no stove that starts with the letter N. We might go this way and take a look at this side of the house first. So we're going to be walking into the living room. We've got two archways here because I wanted a grandiose entrance into the archway. It's a little bit funky, but this whole house is a little bit funky, and it's supposed to be. Remember, it's not supposed to be good. It's just supposed to be functional. So here we are in the living room. We've got a great big TV on the wall, a couple of couches. We've got the pipe organ from the Vampires Pack. Like I said, a lot of the Vampires Pack stuff started with the letter N, so I was able to use it in this build. And I think this is the only skill building item that we have in this house because there was nothing else. So we're going to go into the parents' bedroom now through this door here. And I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely got some interesting vibes. It's the fact that we've got a Murphy bed as their bed is amazing to begin with. And then we've got this big, beautiful window that looks out onto the little patio area. We will get out into the patio in a minute. We had this big mirror that I used a lot in this build, and I use it a lot in this way as kind of like a way to cover wall because we had a lot of wall space and we didn't have a lot of pictures or anything. And then if we look back towards the door, you'll see there's some pictures. These are all the same picture, just different swatches, and I was so thankful for them because at least we could have some pictures. And then we've got their ensuite bathroom through this door at the end plenty. We've got double basins. I generally like to do a double basin in like an ensuite bathroom, his and hers, for parents' bedroom anyway. And it just looked really nice under these windows. Shower, and we've got toilet again, vampires pack freaking toilet. But honestly, it kind of came in clutch, the vampires pack, for me, because I really don't know what I would have done if I didn't have the vampires pack. Again, this wallpaper, vampires pack. So I would have really been struggling for wallpapers, because I'm pretty sure that the only wallpaper that is not vampires pack is like the tile that's here in the kitchen and that I use in the bathrooms. So we've got colored doors because these are the kids' bedrooms and they are bright and funky and colorful and fun. So let's go into this one. This is the blue room. And how cute is this? I mean, obviously it's nowhere near as full as I would generally like it to be. I was just working with what I had for this build, which was not very much, but I still really like the result considering we had this flooring to work with, this carpet to work with. I think I made the best of a bad situation with it and I made it work for this bedroom. So again, these mirrors coming in clutch on this wall. We've got a little dresser, a little plant, again, beautiful windows that lead outside, and then through this door, we've got the bathroom for this child's bedroom. It's again just everything that we saw in the parents' bedroom, just for the child that lives in this bedroom, which doesn't actually exist. There is no child that lives in this bedroom, but that was the vision that I had in my mind. Again, the vampires wallpaper. So good. But let's go and take a look in this little girl's bedroom. So again, it's not as full as I would like it to be. Also, where did the cabinets go? Where did they go? They were there. They were there before I toured this build. Nope, they've just straight up disappeared. There were those box cabinets underneath the bookshelf and the nail care thing as well. I don't know where they've gone. That is so funny that they've disappeared. We've again got the mirror on this wall with a little couch in front of it. These butterflies are amazing. And then we've got a lot of neon signs in this room because they just worked for the vibe. I really, really liked the vibe of them for this room. And then through this door, we've got the bathroom again for this child, which is exactly the same as the other one. Just, you know, you don't really need to see it, honestly. But now we can go out to the backyard of this house, which is through this sliding door that is off the main room when you walk in the door. So when you walk out of these doors, this is what you see, and it looks a little bit funky. But then you take a turn around and we've got a little dining area. We've got these cute little planters, lots of flowers everywhere, bright and beautiful greenery. We've got this very tall privacy fence, which is super nice. I actually really like this fence. And the gate is a little bit funky because the gate actually doesn't have the green hedge around it. I actually combined the two to make it look just a little bit extra, because then when you walk through this gate, you've got hedges everywhere. You've got a pathway, you've got hedges, and this path leads you back to the footpath at the side of the lot and takes you around the back of the house. So just a really cute little way to use up the last little bit of space that I had for this lot and to actually make that gate functional for the back of this house. I've just realized something though, and that is the pavings out in the backyard. I thought that I'd used these pavers out in the backyard here. I had. They were just underneath freaking concrete for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, that's totally fine. But the last thing I really quickly wanted to mention is this awning at the front of the house. So we've actually got multiple of this same awning that line up because I had these beautiful little beams that came out from the wall. And so I decided to make this great big beautiful awning overlapping these glass awnings because I love this awning. It's beautiful with the flower boxes on top. It just looked really, really nice. If you would like to download it off the gallery, my gallery ID is sezrawrr, the same way it's spelled here. Just no plays on the end, and you will find it under letter N house. This is it on the gallery. Now, a disclaimer I have to make that I have to make in all of these alphabet builds is it uses a lot of packs because I am filtering through the entire game to find the objects that start with the letter of the alphabet that I'm building with for that house. So it does use a lot of packs. Sorry about that, but that's just kind of the nature of this challenge. I really like this house. I think it's cute considering what I had to work with. There wasn't a lot, and a lot of it that I had to work with was the vampires pack, and I think I made it work for this letter N house. So you guys, that's all I've got for this video of building a house in the shape of the letter N. Really happy with how this one came out, but I'm a little bit nervous for the next one, which is the letter O. Not so nervous about the shape of the house, more so nervous about what options we're gonna have to furnish with. So if you would like to see the letter O house be built, or any of the other Sims content that I've got coming your way, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Let me know what your favorite part of the letter N house was. I really like the landscaping. I actually like both of the kids' bedrooms. Both of the kids' bedrooms are really, really cool in my honest opinion. Considering what I had to go with, there wasn't a lot to choose from, so I'm really happy with them. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!